So, what a year it's been for Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs. Coming off of back to back national championships and already having the number 2 recruiting class in the class of 2023, not to mention, you have a 5-star on the board for National Signing Day that the nation has got to watch, and the number 1 tight end, Deuce Robinson. But today, we're not going to talk about that. Today, we need to turn our attention to the class of 2024, where the Bulldogs just got a massive win for a very talented player, something we've got to break down. But before we can, as always, y'all know the drill. I have got to hear from you. Hop down to the comments, give me a Y for yes or an N for no. Are you excited that Dwight Phillips chose Georgia? And let me know what you're thinking. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification. I do constant college football content. You don't want to miss any of it. And if you enjoyed this content, be sure to like and comment down below, as those interactions are massive to content creators such as myself, and both getting picked up and maintained by the YouTube algorithm. And we're currently on a push to 20,000 subscribers. I'd love nothing more than to have you a part of this unbelievable community. But having said all that, let's jump right into this. And the class of 2024 for the Georgia Bulldogs is already very strong, which is really to be expected at this point. One of the things we've all come to expect, all college football fans everywhere, about the Kirby Smart Georgia teams, they are going to stack elite talent. They are going to be able to recruit with the best of them. And they keep showing us this is going to be the case. We can look at the class of 2023, as I said, currently sitting as the number 2 recruiting class in the nation, and it is a wild recruiting class, but there is a 5-star still on the board for the Georgia Bulldogs in Deuce Robinson, the 5-star tight end, the number 1 tight end in the class of 2023, which that's all Georgia needs, is another tight end to add into that room that personally I think is one of the most loaded rooms in all of college football. But I digress, refocusing back on the class of 2024. The Bulldogs already have the number 1 recruiting class in the class of 2024. Now, there's a long ways to go. There is no doubt about that. But as I just said, we've all come to expect Kirby Smart and the Dogs to recruit at such a high level. One could reasonably assume they're not going to slip very much, if at all, with this number 1 recruit ranking. Now, let's really dive into the guy they got. The big win for the weekend, Dwight Phillips Jr., an athlete from the state of Georgia that ranks as a top 75 player in the nation, specifically comes in as the number 71 prospect in the nation, regardless of position per the 24/7 Sports Composite. Now, on top of that, he comes in as the number 4 running back in the nation, which is interesting to note because on the 24/7 Sports website, they have him listed as an athlete, but when they list his position ranking, they list him as a running back, which we're going to get to that. And finally, he's the number 13 in the state of Georgia, which really drives home a point I talk about all the time. There are certain states in the nation that are just disproportionately loaded with talent. Whenever you look at the state of Florida, the state of Texas, the state of California, the state of Georgia, it seems like every single year you can bet your bottom dollar it's going to be loaded top to bottom with top high school football players that every institution in the nation wants to get a part of their recruiting classes. And Georgia's very happy that they get Dwight Phillips a part of theirs. Now, as I stated, he's listed as an athlete, but on his position rankings, he's listed as a running back. If I had to guess, he'll play running back for the Georgia Bulldogs, and this is why I think this is such a phenomenal win. Dwight Phillips has multiple sub-11 second 100-meter dashes. Now, I'm not saying speed is the end-all be-all in football, but what I am saying is if you have a guy that's already a phenomenal football player that can log a sub-11 second 100-meter dash, you take it. You take it all day long because you just can't teach that level of track speed, and this guy has it. And whenever you flip on the film, there's a few things you love. First and foremost, the versatility. One of the first things you're going to notice is the special teams plays he's making. And someone like myself, I love when I flip on the film and I see these guys making special team plays. But secondly, and the thing that if I was a Georgia Bulldogs fan, what would really move me is not only did he spend time as a running back offensively, he spent time as a wide receiver offensively. And why would I be so excited that he has time as a wide receiver? Well, we need to look no further than the modern offenses in college football, where running backs that can be utilized both as a traditional running back and a receiving threat are tormenting defenses across the nation. And it really underscores a point I've been thinking about frequently here on the channel, that you have guys that you have to be aware of when they get the ball in their hands. Then you have guys you have to be aware of when they step on a football field. And some of these running backs that have that ability to both be a threat in the running game and in the passing game, well, they fall into the latter category, where you have got to be aware of them when they step on the football field. And inherently they can help everybody else get open in the passing game, because the defense is pulling so much resources wondering where they are. It just opens everything up. So if you're the Georgia Bulldogs, you have got to be very excited about this win, but I'm very interested in hearing from all of you. Hop down to the comments, let me know what you think about this addition for Georgia as they try and stack more talent in their already #1 ranked class in the class of 2024. That's it. See ya.